Okay. So we'll start from the top. Click File New. Open a new project.
Yeah, it's still. I still.
I
Mine
know. I
still
know.
use my screen.
I'm recording it though. So when I'm done, you will see it.
Oh, okay.
So you drag the beat in. Then you go up here to this little waveform where next to the name of the beat, and you click detect tempo. If you do 100, it's going to scan up. You can see it in the top left. Scans it, detects 65. You want to click yes to set it to 65. Now you're going to go up here to the mixer icon where it says view mixer. You're going to click on that. Now, the thing about the mixer is this channel that says master on the far left is the master channel. So when you put your mic in or an effect in, you don't want it on the master because then everything will have that effect. So you select these little inserts, and those are the channels. So you want one channel for your mic. So we'll say insert one, and you can actually name them. So like I could name it mic. Now to get your mic to work, you got to come up here to the where it says none and select your input. On yours, it's always going to be input one mono. Once you select that, you're going to get some feedback because it's going to pick up on your mic. To get rid of that, you click this little arrow, and that will get rid of the feedback. And you can see it's now picking up my mic. Okay. So
Yeah.
so now that we have your mic selected, this little icon below the dial here that's red, if that wasn't selected, when you go to record, nothing will record. You have to make sure the channel you want to record is this record button is selected. Now that it's selected, now I'm good to record. But usually before you record, you want some effects. So you go back in your mixer and you select a different channel. So I'll do channel 2. I can name it effects. And you can see there, I'll change the.
So that one channel will put all the effects on every fucking thing that I'm doing on
No,
each
if
insert.
you. No. So as an example, if I'm on the master channel and I'm not select on the right on one of these, then everything is going to have that on the channel, which is you don't want. It sound horrible. So you would. It doesn't matter if it's channel 1 through 100. You can click any channel. It just can't be on the master. The only thing you would ever put on a master channel would be like a compressor or a limiter, something that you want to affect the entire song. So like a compressor, basically it stops clipping from occurring by lowering the volume to a certain decibel. That's what a compressor does. So people put compressors on their final mix to get rid of like crackling or distortion or volume that's too high, basically. That's something you would put on a master channel. But all your effects, you're gonna put on channel 2. Just for rule of thumb, put channel 1 as your mic, your effects channel 2, and then anything else, so on and so forth. But so to get your effects, you quickly.
But hold on, because I'm confused now. Because I thought channel one would be my first recording of whatever I'm doing. So say
Correct.
I'm recording something.
So if you want all
So
your
when I want to do it,
if you want your effects
so
on every recording, then you can put them on you can put the effects on mic 1. But if you want to be able to single out when and when you don't want the effects, like to be able to apply them to just certain parts,
right.
you want it on its own channel. Because if I put the effects on your mic channel right now, everything that you record will have those effects. If I put the effects on channel 1, then only what is on channel 1, which you can see I just changed to channel 1, will have the effect. These are your mixer channels that were on that mixer. So like, see, you'll notice like
So how do you get that little box? So how do you get that little box?
you
That's
just
right there.
you click on a channel, which is over here in the drum sequencer over here,
Okay.
right here. And I am recording all this, so you'll see it all in the recording. But so we got our mic, we got our beat. Now let's add some effects. To add an effect, you select the channel you want the effects on. So I'm gonna do my effects on channel 2, the blue one I just made. And then you come over here. You just come over here to the slot and then select the effect. So I'll do a reverb. These are the effects that I've been using on our last like 2 songs or 3 songs. I do a reverb, and then I go down to large hall, and then I turn the reverb down about here. Then I've been putting the sound goodizer, and then I've been setting it to C and then cranking it up to about 75. And then lastly, I've been doing an equalizer, which would be right here. So and that's personal preference. You'll have to turn your mic monitoring on to hear it. So, but what I'm saying is, like, for the effects to work now, watch, I'll record something. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Once I record and double click on that waveform, this is where I would set it to the effects. Now, see how I set it to channel 2?
Yeah.
That's the same channel that our effects are on. So now that recording will have effects on it. If I put it down back to that, it's going to just be on the master channel. If I put it on 1, you don't want that because that's your mic channel.
So you gotta make sure each track that you're on is the one that you're recording on, but not the master channel, not the flat one. So
yeah,
one would be
correct. Yeah.
First versus shit. So yeah, but if say I'm on track 6 and I put it to and I got the little box and I put the track 2, that would automatically just put the effects in track 6, right?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't take me back to track 2, just put the effects from track 2 into track 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you basically put effects. The other thing is always make sure the first time you click this, it'll ask what you want to record. Make sure you select audio into the playlist. That's the option you want because you're recording audio into your playlist. Otherwise, it'll record like other shit. Up here, just familiarize yourself with these buttons up here because these are shortcuts to all these spots. So like to view, like say this is closed, I'll close everything. If I click this, it'll bring this window up.
Okay.
If I click this, it'll bring up my channel rack. If I click this, it'll bring up my mixer. So those are kind of ways. This is where you would adjust the tempo manually up here where it says 65. So you just click and then move it. So I always want to make sure before you record, you have this on. And also, if it's on PAT, it's only going to play what's in the channel rack. So watch. So when it's playing this right now. So in order for it to play the beat, you're always going to want it on song instead. So when it's playing this right now. So in order for it to play the beat, so now do you see? So if I have 2 recordings, I would put my effects on like that. That's the effects on that.
Right.
Put the effects on that.
Right.
If I want no effects,
so I just click on the waveform and that box comes up, and then I just kind of fucking click on track and slide it up or down to where I want. If I want effects too.
Another tip. You can see that first recording was really low. Well, FL Studio has something that helps automatically adjust the volume. It's called the normalize feature. So if the volume's too high, it'll lower it. If the volume's too low, it'll higher it. So watch. Do you notice how you can
do that? Was that the out only, no bleeding?
normalize?
Oh, normalize. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Just click normalize.
Do you
Okay,
notice? Yeah. Do you notice how it fixes it?
Yeah.
So when it's playing this right now. Now it's much louder and it's hearable. Before it wasn't. Now this is a little too loud. So if I normalize it, it's not going to do much.
Okay.
Also, another trick that I've been doing is when we dub stuff, I always select swap stereo because what it does is it bounces the volume between the left and the right channel automatically, so you don't have to do it manually. But it will do that to the entire recording or channel that you're on.
Like ad-libs and shit then.
Yeah, I do it on all of our dubs.
Okay, bet.
What else do you need to know?
I know how to cut shit out. Fucking.
So yeah, to cut shit, you go to the slicer tool. Oh, to zoom in, you adjust your, you know that middle thing that you scroll with on your mouse? Yeah, but on a mouse, you use the middle scroller. Okay. You need to get a mouse because doing this with a mouse pad is a bitch. Like editing work. So that's how you zoom in. Another way you can do it is you can do this.
Okay. A little bar up there.
Yeah.
So what else do I need to know? So
this selection tool allows you to select multiple tracks at one time. Like, so if you want to select the whole group and drag it over, you can hold shift and it will copy it. So watch, if I hold shift if I click and hold shift, it just copies it.
Okay.
Try that once. Yeah, see?
Yeah. Alright.
Slicing is...
Alright, so
slicing...
What else do I need to do? Yeah, I know how to slice it. Just show me again, just in case I fucking forget.
You just go to the slice tool, select the area you want to slice, and then go back to draw to get rid of it.
The little pencil thing, right?
The pencil is for selecting and moving stuff.
Okay.
That's what you're going to be on mainly.
Okay.
Another thing is if I have it,
Say if I got a whole bunch of tracks, right, and I want to just hear one track, how would I mute them tracks and play that one track with the beat? Hear that?
This mutes the channel.
Okay.
So now if I have it muted, it's only playing from track 5 and below.
Right. Okay. Alright, so boom, that's it. That's all I really need to know. Then fucking so say I'm done with a song, then I just go to export, right?
So the export, there's a couple features though. Export as a WAV file, you select where you want it to be saved. I always do desktop. You name it, click save, and then this is where you adjust. If you want the highest quality, I have my shit. This will take your computer hours, but my computer is like a beast. So I have it on 32-bit. I have the bit rate as high as it can go, and the compression as high as it can go. Basically, the highest quality you can export is what I set it to. Also, make sure it's on full song. Otherwise, it'll record just one pattern. It'll tell you how long the song is up top here. See? So it says 11 minutes.
Okay.
But if you want to export like the project files for editing later, this is important for like if we're going to send it to someone to master. You want to do a zipped loop package because it'll take all the project files and it'll put it in a zip file for you.
Okay. Oh, all right. That's dope.
File, export, MP3 file.
Oh, MP3. Okay.
Look, you can. FLAC is the highest quality. That's for final mixes. Editing is WAV file. MP3 is just shitty.
Okay. Damn, yeah. So that shit really ain't all that hard. I like this better than Pro Tools, to tell you the truth.
Once you get used to it, it's so much. It's so easy. Now, tell me here now.